Hello and welcome to Coffee with KEEA. I have no idea. Season 2, episode 11. Episode 11. And we are coming to you from the Kentucky State Fair. That's right, family. In Louisville, Kentucky, at the fairgrounds. That's the noise you hear in the background. And we got to make this quick because I got to get up to the pork burger station.
Oh,
right.
For the pickle booth.
The pickle booth. That's actually my coffee with my coffee talk question. So let me intro the episode and then we'll do coffee talk where we get to talk fun stuff.
Sounds good.
I'm your host. One of them, just one, Casi Benedict, Director of Outreach Services.
And I'm Brandi Forker, Assistant Director of Outreach Services.
And again, we are here from the Kentucky State Fair. So today, it is only 12 o'clock. We are going to talk about some federal student aid updates in the way of FAFSA beta testing.
Exciting.
We're going to talk about some federal student loan rules that have been officially rolled out.
Less exciting.
We're going to talk about definition of professional degree. We touched on it last time.
Scary.
We're going to talk about Kentucky Aid, specifically dual credit scholarship.
Still good.
Still good. Little change. So we have an action-packed episode for you, and we will only be like 80% distracted by the people walking around us at the fair. If you've never been to the fair, it is quite the people show. Walking in, we saw an elderly couple with like a 1900s style pram. And Brandi said, "Oh, look, they have their baby in a 1900s pram." And I said, "That baby is a dog." It was their dog. Yes, it was.
They bought that thing at the Antiques Roadshow.
They did. I mean, the wheels were rusty and everything. Mm-hmm. And so there is quite a bit of people watching to go on here. But first, a little coffee talk. I have two coffee talk questions for you today. The first one, now we at KEEA are forcibly made to work multiple shifts at the Kentucky State Fair. Some of our staff really love the days that we get to work the Kentucky State Fair. I am not included in that group. It is not my favorite thing. And as y'all know, it's primarily because I'm chronically hot. And it is August in Kentucky. Today wasn't bad. This weekend probably will be. Yeah. And also because I'm just lazy and that's a lot of walking. But I do love coming to the fair for the food. So that is my coffee talk question number one for you, Brandi. As you are at the Kentucky State Fair, what are your go-to food items that you want to eat at the state fair?
Okay. This is a tricky question because what I want to eat at the state fair and what I usually find myself going and picking up are not the same thing.
Correct. 1,000%.
Why do I think, I need to eat like a real meal because I'm here through dinner or lunch, when really I want to eat a funnel cake.
Yes.
I want a fair snack. Yeah. I don't want to eat chicken strips and fries that you can get anywhere.
Right.
So I don't know. I think one of my shifts I will probably do a funnel cake because other than a theme park and a fair, where are you getting a funnel cake?
Right. I'll have to introduce you to Carnival Eats in Owensboro, where they sell Carnival Eats at all times. Now,
okay, so you answered my question.
I think their hygiene rating is like an F.
Okay.
So you might also get some listeria.
It's fried. It's deep fried. It'll be fine.
Kills everything.
Literally deep fried with some powdered sugar on it.
Batter.
But I don't know. When we walked in here earlier, the smell of those cinnamon candied pecans is literally knocks you down. And so those smell amazing. It might be what's making my throat itch right now. I don't know.
Oh.
Or it might be the pigs or the cows. Or
Brandy
I
is
don't know.
having an
So
actual
if
allergic
you hear-
reaction to the fair.
If you hear a little, I apologize.
She's soft launching her not coming back to the fair
Yeah,
this week.
I'm allergic to it.
Okay.
You food.
So I was going to say, I have now been, this is my 16th year working the Kentucky State Fair for KEEA.
A lot of food could happen in
I was going to
16
say, it's
years.
a lot of food. I remember the first year of the donut burger. I remember that year because I didn't get one while I was on my shift, but I got one and took it home. Okay, and so let me just pause and talk about the donut burger for a second because I was judgy-wudgy about the donut burger.
Yeah.
Like, it is literally a hamburger patty with cheese, whatever toppings you like on your burger.
No toppings if it's on a donut.
No, 1,000% no. On 2 Krispy Kreme donuts as your bun.
Yeah.
And I'm with you. I do not want mayonnaise on my donuts. I don't
Yeah.
want lettuce on my donut. So I got no toppings. I just got a plain cheeseburger on my donut burger. And I am here to tell you, it is so good.
Really?
It is the marriage you didn't know you needed.
Okay.
It is so good. I urge you, Brandy, during your shifts, eat yourself a donut burger.
Might be allergic to that.
That's what she's reacting
That's
to.
my new. That's what I'm going to say about everything. I might be allergic.
I might be
to that.
allergic, but let me tell. So I'll tell you my go-to food because I have something very specific. Probably not going to be eating it this year, but something very specific that I ask for when I come to the fair. So there's a booth in the back, inside in South Wing C, that sells like loaded tater tots with like all kinds of different fun things on it, like brisket and things like that. The same booth sells loaded mac and cheese with like brisket or whatever you want on there. So every year I have them make me something that they don't actually sell, and they indulge me every year. And I have them lay me some tater tots in the bottom.
Yeah.
Cover the tater tots with mac and cheese.
Okay.
Then I have them put buffalo chicken on top of the mac and cheese.
Yeah.
And cover that thing in ranch.
And $48 later,
They
you
do.
have
They
the
charge me
greatest
20.
hand-sized tray of food you've
They
ever
charge
had.
me $22 for that.
Yeah.
And it is amazing. And I get it at least once every year. Like I said, probably won't be getting it this year. I'm trying to be a better eater I told Kim yesterday, I have to stop living like I'm on death row. Like life is imminently finite.
Yeah.
So I can eat whatever I want. But so that's my go-to fair food. And my kids all have their own. I bring my kids to the fair every year. They all have their own. Abbott always wants mac and cheese. Embry always wants a corn dog. Like, they have their go-tos as well. But this year, what I am hoping to scope out and blow all of my state fair budget on is the pickle booth.
Okay.
They have the sweet heat.
That's a Mackenzie Scroggy thing.
Yes, I do not like sweet pickles, but that sweet heat pickle, perfection. They've got like the extra garlic one, so good. And pickles do fall into my diet.
Yeah.
So I will be filling this belly up with pickles.
Probably not
Here.
sweet pickles.
Oh, not sweet pickles. You don't have to tell me that part.
Sorry. Wah, wah, wah.
Okay. Are you feeling okay?
Feeling a little itchy.
I was going to say, I can see this allergic reaction happening in real time.
Yeah. I'm okay.
Do you need something warm?
I think I need a Zyrtec. A warm, nice warm Zyrtec.
Do you have any?
I do not.
And nobody here has any? If you were at the state fair right now and you were listening to this next week, please bring us a Zyrtec at the KEEA booth.
It's so funny.
I feel like if we walked around long enough, we could find a booth handing out allergy pills.
Probably.
Okay, my next question, if you feel up to it.
I'm up to it.
The state fair, lots of people take advantage of the rides, the carnival style
No.
amusement park rides.
Way.
Much like you, I do not, nor do I allow my children to.
Yeah.
We don't even go to that area for so many reasons. But do you have any stories from your life about traveling amusement park rides, traveling carnival rides?
Yeah.
Things
My
of that
story
nature.
is my mom would say, if I don't have to take you to the fair, I'll take you to Chuck E. Cheese.
That's genius.
Yeah, I wanted to go to the fair so bad when I was a kid, like our local county fair. And, you would drive by and all the lights on all the rides and the Ferris wheel.
I
and my
know.
mom would be like, how about we go to Chuck E. Cheese instead?
That's genius.
So
I'm
she
going to
traded
take
in literally like danger of falling off of something to germs.
Yes,
danger
the
of
germs,
the flu.
right? I'm going to take a page out of Kim's playbook and do that because
Yeah.
I don't trust those rides. And I did ride them when I was a kid. Here's my story. I have two stories. They're very different stories, but the first one isn't even really about the rides. In Owensboro, we have the barbecue festival, and that's every Mother's Day weekend. And when I was a kid, it was like I do not miss. Like you went to the barbecue. Did y'all go to the barbecue festival? Y'all
Not
traveled
when I was
in?
a kid, but once I was like older
Yes.
in school.
We went to the barbecue festival every year of our lives. So in middle school, we go to the barbecue festival, and my friend's mom was like, I don't want to take her, but she can come and meet up with my family. So it's my dad, my mom, my brother, me, and then my friend Kristen, who, I was a middle schooler in the early 90s. So like we were kind of like getting into like grunge, and her mom allowed a lot more than my parents did. And so that day of the barbecue festival, Kristen had decided to dye her hair red. And she had used a Kool-Aid packet to do that.
Course.
We did this.
Yeah.
We did this when we were kids. And so I see her and I'm like, your hair is...
So cool.
Right. I probably said bad. Your hair is bad, man. Like, we thought we were so cool. However, at the barbecue festival in Owensboro, Kentucky in May, it is very humid. And so as the day went on, Kristen's Kool-Aid began leaking down her face. And so I have a memory of us riding this ride where she was on one side and I was on the other. We were barely strapped in and it was going like to this effect. And I had my eyes closed because I was scared, and I opened my eyes to make sure she was okay. And I thought she had a massive head injury because there was red pouring down her face. But it was her Kool-Aid. So there you go. There's that story.
From the moment they're born, you dream of giving them every opportunity.
Mom, how are we gonna pay for this?
We'll find a way. There's help to pay for college.
The FAFSA opens doors to financial aid, giving every family a chance to make their dream a reality. File your FAFSA today, because the future you've dreamed of is closer than you think.
And we're back with I did have another Coffee Talk story. I'll tell that when it's far more PG. I was the kind of person, I'm not this person anymore, but I was the kind of person who had no fear of anything as a child, as a teenager. And so every year in high school, my friend Carrie's parents would take us to like Destin, Fort Walton, that area. And they had that like slingshot ride.
Oh, no way.
Right?
No way.
So you would stand on like this metal platform and someone would take this like vinyl piece and wrap it around you. And it was me and two of my friends sometimes just me and another friend. And then they would secure you to a chain. No. And then they would you would lean forward and they would remove the platform so that you were just suspended midair. And then they would go and and crane you back up like this. If you're just listening to this, I'm very sorry. This is a terrible visual. They would go and pull you back. And then they would say, on the count of 3, pull the ripcord. I was the person who always wanted to pull the ripcord.
What is wrong with you?
I don't know.
You were with your friend's parents.
Yes.
What would your mom have said?
She would have killed me.
She would have, yes.
I'm not sure to this day if she even knows that I did it.
I
did it
Don't tell her.
every year, multiple times. Yes.
Do not tell her.
Lala's going to call her. I know. She hates. You're going to tag her in the episode.
Oh.
Like breaking news for Karen Clark.
I feel bad.
I would somehow find the nerve to pull this ripcord. And once you pulled the ripcord, then you went, whoo, and
I'd still be hanging there to this day.
through the
I would
air.
have never pulled the ripcord.
I think that all the time. Like, I'm like, how did I find it in me to pull that ripcord? How did I do it? Because then fast forward many, many moons when I was in my mid-20s, late 20s, I went to Costa Rica and I zip-lined through like the forests of Costa Rica, and I cried. I would get up on the platform and I would sob hysterically until someone finally was like, "You have to go."
Yeah, and you're like, push me off or I won't go.
And I would go and I would zip line and I would love it. I'd get back up on the platform. I'd be like, "That was awesome." They'd be like, "Let's get hooked in for the next zip line," and I would start sobbing. And wash, rinse, repeat. So anyway, that was one of those. That's not a traveling thing because it stays there all the time. But it is still one of those things that I look back and I'm like, what was my problem that I did that? That I was willing to do that repeatedly. We would write it over and over and over again. And I was always pulling that ripcord.
My oldest, she went to the fair this year and with cousins.
You're like your county fair?
County fair with cousins. And I said, you do not ride anything that you could not jump from and safely land.
Yes.
I was like, that's your rule of thumb. Nothing that goes higher than a safe jump to the ground.
I like that rule.
And she was like, okay. And what I don't know won't
Doesn't
kill me.
hurt you. I know.
But she's a chicken, so thankfully.
That's like my kids are not all about. Like my kids would never do that slingshot thing like I was talking about. And they would never do even the thing that like Kristen's head was bleeding Kool-Aid on. Like
Millie probably would.
Just wouldn't do that.
I also apologize if anybody watches this later. I can't help. I'm in a swivel chair. I'm
You're
swiveling. Can't help it.
She's a swiveling. Okay. Let's talk about some real things. FAFSA beta testing is live right now. Now,
yes,
we were just on a call with NCAN yesterday, and they were like, "Are y'all part of the beta testing?" And we're not. But I also saw nothing about how to get involved in it because I would have, much to Brandy's chagrin.
When I was on the FSA website, I did see where if you wanted to beta test, if you wanted to go ahead and file, apparently it's kind of open to the masses right now.
So it officially is.
I mean, it says if you would like to be part of the beta testing, like click here or whatever. So, I mean, it's not like
open to everybody
states and large organizations or anything. I think it's just
individuals.
I mean, that's the way it reads.
Because they had started it with like one group.
Yes.
In one state that had like lots of different cohorts.
Early August. Then this said like late August or mid-August or whatever. But it appeared to be going. Yeah.
And we have been told that it will be universal beta testing, open to the masses as early to mid-September.
Yeah.
So, and then I've also read that there will never now not be a FAFSA that launches that doesn't have a beta.
Oh.
Before it.
Okay.
That like, apparently it is, because these were federal financial aid people building these forms.
Right. I mean,
and until they really got some good software technology people at FSA, they never beta tested. And all of those people now say, you don't launch any sort of software systems without beta testing first. And so that's kind of what was teased the last time I heard from FSA.
And it must give them great feedback because, to be honest, like, let's give them some grace. Like, from where they were to where they've come in a few years.
Night and day.
Short amount of time when we're talking about the amount of FAFSAs. And
Yes.
it is night and day. And they have made some awesome changes.
Absolutely.
And, like, kudos to whoever has taken the suggestions by, states and different people in college access and said, hey, this needs to be changed. A lot of that they said, okay, and they fixed it.
Yep.
So
It is night and day.
Yeah. It is no longer so scary.
Right. So we're looking forward to a full launch October 1. But in the meantime, there are some beta opportunities coming probably sooner than we had even thought. So that's exciting.
It is exciting.
I will say I have not heard of anyone in Kentucky who is processing early.
That's what I was going to say. Just as a reminder, if you do file early, you may still have to wait. Like, you may not have anything happen with that FAFSA. I mean, it gets it off your plate. You're done. You can kind of like breathe a little better, but you may not see anything happen with that. So just patience is key.
That's right. At this point, we are 6 weeks out from July 1. And July 1 was when all of the student loan, One Big Beautiful Bill implementation came through.
Yeah.
So we are officially into the, you get $20,000 a year, $100,000 aggregate limit. Professional students, different limit, but we're going to talk about that in a moment. So we're officially into those rules. So people borrowing for the 26-27 school year have hit, they're in that limit zone. And have to be conscious of that. Now, people who were already enrolled did get grandfathered in as long as they don't take a break. That has been challenged. That if they take a break, then they go and they start back up. When they start back up, they go into the new loan limit pool. And that has not been adjusted at this point. It is being challenged, but has not been adjusted at this point. So there you go. Now we get into professional degrees. We talked about this a little bit last time. The definition of professional degree has changed significantly when it comes to the loan limits.
Right.
And again, these have been challenged, but there have been no verdicts released about, what is and isn't a professional degree.
Yeah.
So we're still in the, limited professional degree kind of situation.
That's rough.
So it's just a quick update.
Puts a lot of people in limbo.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Really does.
And a lot of people that are like in vital professions that we need so much. And
like, could you
tough.
imagine if right now you were starting a professional degree?
Yeah.
And it was not listed in the auto professional degrees.
Yeah,
like if you were starting a nursing degree, if you were starting a PT degree, like, how stressful to not know.
Yeah.
Am I going to be able to borrow enough to finish this program?
I know.
Okay. Good news from the 2026-2027 FAFSA. And the first piece of news is I don't know the passcode on my phone. Okay. But the class of 2026 reached an all-time high of FAFSA completions since FAFSA has existed.
That is awesome.
Isn't that huge?
That's huge.
Nearly 60%.
That's huge.
For the class of 2026 has completed their FAFSA. And that is in no small part to the improvements on the FAFSA.
Oh, for sure. Yes. Absolutely. And like, hopefully that will do what it's intended to do and translate into an increase in actual college enrollment.
Absolutely.
Because what is a FAFSA without a subsequent college education?
Yes.
So hopefully this is just the first step in that process, and it will continue to grow and get more students in school.
Absolutely. We're going to touch on one more thing And then Brandy's throat is closing and Zach is yawning.
I'm fine.
And my stomach is growling.
He's an old man. He's got gray hair now. So
she outed your gray hair on the podcast. Cut that part. Okay, so let's finish up by talking about the changes to Kentucky's dual credit scholarship program, because we realized before we started recording that we had not talked about the dual credit scholarship changes. I think primarily because we didn't know what those changes were. We were only half listening. But there have been some major changes to the dual credit scholarship that happened in the 2026 legislative session, and Brandi is going to talk to us about those.
Yeah, so the biggest change is affecting the general education dual credit classes. So in the past, students were able to take those classes throughout their 4 years of high school and get the dual credit scholarship. Let me add that, because I think a lot of students mistake like, oh, I can't take dual credit. No, it does not mean that. This is just for the dual credit scholarship. So for that, now they can take one dual credit general education course in their junior year and one in their senior year. However, they are still able to get the scholarship for 2 technical courses, career and technical dual credit courses in each year of high school. So they still have an opportunity to get a lot of college credit paid for. I know we've had some questions. There's been some discussion on why would we make the cut to gen ed versus tech. That was just a legislative decision, and
they're taking it back to statute.
Yes,
because the statute was 1 and 1, and then we requested an increase, and they approved it years ago. I know. What am I looking at? I'm staring off into space. So they're taking it back to statute with the 1 and 1.
Yeah.
And one disclaimer that we have is this is budget language, not statute language. So this is a 2-year budget, so it could go back to 2 and 2 after this budget session if the funding is there.
Right. It's all about the funding and what's available.
About the Benjamins, baby.
It is. It always is. But just a reminder to students, it doesn't mean that you cannot take the dual credit classes, because you will still receive the dual credit rate for those classes, which is reduced from the significantly reduced from the regular price of the classes. So, dual credit can be a benefit even if you don't have the scholarship. It's still a good opportunity for a lot of students.
Absolutely. I wonder if the mic is picking up my stomach growling. It's loud.
That's because you're ready for that donut burger.
I'm ready for my donut burger. You think that's in my diet? Zach also, one of our producers, also flagged me down and said, you also haven't talked about the KEES update. And that is that we have a new minimum GPA for high school students to earn the KEES scholarship each year. Now, thank you. This does not affect the GPA you need to have in college to keep your KEES money. That is still 2.5. But high school students, in order to now earn KEES money, have to have a 2.75, in any given year to earn their KEES money. That's the new minimum.
Yeah, and we didn't adjust the amounts. So if you knew what you would receive for a 3.0, it's still the same amount for a 3.0.
Yes.
So basically, just that 2.5 was just cut off the bottom, and we left the chart the same in every other way. You will see, if you receive KEEA publications or if you see any floating around out there, we also now include SAT scores and ACT scores on our KEES brochures or wherever our KEES information is in our publications. Now, a lot of people were under the misconception that we did not already award money for SAT scores. We have always awarded money for SAT scores.
We just convert it.
We convert
to
it
an ACT score.
to an ACT score and see where you are, because again, that is how it's written in legislation for KEES to be awarded, is based off of an ACT score. So your SAT score would be converted and then it would be awarded based off of that. So we've always done it and we'll keep doing it, but now you'll see those SAT equivalency scores on our KEES information.
There are two things that we plan to talk about in the next Coffee with KEEA that I want to kind of tease for you. One of them is that we are starting the school year without knowing what standardized college entrance test we will be giving the Kentucky juniors in March of this year. Mm-hmm. We'll talk more about that. It's next week when we're filming, but it'll be a couple of weeks before it posts.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that in the next episode, to talk about SAT, ACT. Does it matter? Why it matters? We'll dive into that. And somebody write that down somewhere so I remember to put that in the script. And the other thing we'll talk about is the new student loan repayment plans. I know in the last Coffee with KEEA, we said we're going to talk about it this time, but we really need our resident legislative expert, Mr. Nate Cox, and he will be around during the next filming. So we're going to really dive into the new repayment plans, what you need to do if you have student loans and current repayment plans, and if you're a new student going into a repayment plan, what you need to keep in mind. We'll talk about that in the next episode as well. So I think that concludes our very special Kentucky State Fair. I don't know what is happening to my team. There's a lot of movement.
Allergic reaction.
Live.
No, actually, I think I'm fine. Like, I still feel a little scratchy throat. I guess I'm okay. I guess it's I'm actually not as allergic to animals and things as I try to tell people that I am.
It is chilly. Zach said he's cold. It gets, when there's not a ton of people inside the state fair, it does get chilly in our booth.
And when you're getting older, you start to get cold easier.
Your blood thins out.
When your hair turns gray.
He's going to throw his back out just from going to sleep at night.
Welcome.
We have to leave
our
because
world.
Zach is going to kill
It's just getting going.
Just
getting
good.
spicy.
That's right. We were slow moving this morning.
Yeah, I know. I can't help it. I'm so distracted because
distracted.
If you like people of Walmart, people of State Fair is on another
people
level.
Of State Fair. Yeah. He is getting old. Zach says he was going to put his Converse tennis shoes on this morning, but he couldn't bend over.
He's having to wear his slip-on shoes.
That's right.
Welcome to slipper life, buddy.
Welcome to the dark side. Welcome to our side of the hill, Zach.
Welcome to the gray side.
Gray side. He's officially 28. 28 is such a good year.
Yeah.
It was such a good year for me. I miss 28. Anyway, that concludes our Kentucky State Fair episode of Coffee with KEEA, Season 2, Episode 11. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you are listening to this when the Kentucky State Fair is going on, you won't be, because this will not post until 2 weeks from now. So come next year, post on Tuesday? I'm wrong. If you're listening to this and the Kentucky State Fair is still happening, get down to the Kentucky State Fair, visit your local KEEA booth, and ask them what you can do to pay for college, and they will help you because they're the best team in the whole universe.
Yep.
We will be coming at you next episode from the Kentucky ACAC College Counselor Information Exchange in partnership with KEEA's Training and Update in the resort city of Madisonville, Kentucky.
That's right.
And until then, KEEA later. Visual, they would go, mrrr.